One where you said, don't say anything on social media.
Okay, so I'll stop right there. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't done with my question, sir.
Okay, go ahead and answer the question.
Don't say anything on social media that you wouldn't say in person, and I won't whip your ass when I see you. Easy as pie. Why did you post that seeming admission in the following days?
There seems to be a theme going on in society today where people say whatever they want about somebody, expect zero repercussions. My friend, they just posted that, lives in Southern California, lives in Los Angeles, they just posted that same post that we posted. Okay. It was a thing that was going down.
When you talk, you're so close, it's like popcorn's going on. So
I'm used to shooting a microphone. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry.
So that had been posted and reposted in a circle that I run in a circle amongst fellow Marines, fellow fighters, fellow people that serve their country. That is common thing that we talk about a lot and something that have been reposted by other friends as well. Okay, it was not meant to Mr. Pinckney. If I wanted to fight Mr. Pinckney that day, I certainly wouldn't have brought anybody with me. I would have fought him. But I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't there to fight him. So if you're trying to correlate that social media post that has been going around social media as a common theme in our world with what happened to Mr. Pinckney, you're mistaken, sir.
I appreciate your commentary on that. But you mentioned that it was a repost. You said that?
It was.
But did you not tag your initials CZ to the bottom, affirming your belief in that
Yeah,
individually?
I was attaching my name to it as, hey, I agree with this. You know, that's something I would say. Absolutely. You know, and I stand by that.
Okay. So even today, do you believe that someone who says something on social media you find distasteful or find disrespectful, you believe violence can be
Absolutely not. Okay? Let's not mischaracterize what I said. Okay? Wouldn't it be a better world if people could just talk face to face? Wouldn't that be a much better world? Wouldn't it be a better world if we had to actually account for our words on social media? I'm a big believer, you know, that, listen, we have to be adults, we have to be very mature about the way we handle ourselves. Okay? I'm also a big believer in accountability. So if you think that you can run your mouth and say whatever you want about me and my family, or things that Mr. Pinckney has said about my family, you know, going to my house, trying to serve a restraining order at my daughter's high school graduation, the things that he had done to me.
I'll be brief. I just have a few more questions. But there is one question I do want to ask about the restraining order.
Yes,
This is my only question about
it.
Yeah. Is it not true you were offered multiple peaceful attempts by which the restraining order be given to you, but you declined them? And in fact, one of them came from Ms. Jensen. Is that not correct?
I have never been, nobody had ever approached me personally to serve me that. That was during a time when I was out of town for a large percentage of that. I was gone at rodeos. It was rodeo season, and I was gone for weeks at a time. So at any time that came to my house, my wife would tell him, look, he's gone, he's out of town. I wasn't purposely avoiding it. I wasn't sitting there ducking and dodging like everybody made it out to be. Again, mischaracterization. I can show you gas receipts, and I've offered this stuff. I can show you receipts of where I was and where I was staying. I mean, I was out of town working.
Well, Mr. Zapata, I said it'd be my only question. I'll stick to my word.
Your Honor, thanks for your time.
So, on the restraining order, I have a few brief follow-up matters. I'll be about 3 or 4 questions more. Yes. So, with respect to, do you remember that podcast that I played during evidence? Do you recall that?
I do.
Do you remember what you said? There were
I did. Absolutely.
Hold on. I gotta finish my question first. I know it's a weird situation. All right. I gotta get the question out.
I get to step just a little bit back too.
So, do you remember, it was a conversation with Mr. Clendenin and Mr. Lane, and I forget the other individual, but you were speaking about whether violence solves problems. And at one point, you very affirmatively said, I do believe violence solves problems. Do you still hold that belief today?
Let me tell you this. Can I tell you a story real quick?
If it hones to the question.
It does. When I was in 5th grade, I was getting picked on every single day of my life. Okay, every single day I go to school, I get picked on. Smallest kid in class. Okay. Every morning we line our backpacks up, St. Matthew's School. Okay, we line our backpacks up in front of the classroom. Every single day, this kid Milton, biggest kid in class, would come and check my backpack. I never told anybody, I never said anything. Finally, you know, it got so bad that I told my dad. My dad said, you know what, tomorrow, when you go to school, put in the mountain as far as you can. And I did. And that was the best day of my life, because at that point, you never messed with me again. We became friends. And that was it.
So,
okay?
Mr. Zapata, that was
violence solve things? I don't know. We can have this conversation, you know, a million different ways. Okay? I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to protect my family. If it comes to violence at some point, I'm gonna do what I feel is responsible, and I'll accept the consequences of that. This was not that case. This was not a case of me choosing violence to solve a problem. Okay, this was not me punching them in the face. This was not that. So whatever you want to get me to say, based on my own beliefs about the way you should deal with bullies and stand up for yourself, has nothing to do with how I acted in this case.
I appreciate your answer, Mr. Zapata. I have one last question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are you innocent as you sit here today?
I am, 100%.